What is going on, everyone? I sound like Nick Nimmin today. Welcome to the Doug Hewson YouTube live stream here on a Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe it is. 10 a.m. Aussie time here today, and I'm going to maybe cut back that background music for a second. This is Doug from Doug Hewson YouTube, and we're here to help you with tech wherever possible. Welcome to the live stream today. G'day to everyone who's just popping in now that the alerts are going out for this stream. Why am I holding my microphone? Oh dear. So how's everybody's week? Who has a live stream this week? I know Dan has. Let's say g'day to everyone who's here early. The early birds are in the house. Mythical Gaming, hey. 30-day reviews, how's it going? And Creative Fundamentals and Harley, welcome as well. Good to have everyone in here, and just wait for the stragglers, latecomers and moderators to come into the stream. Beanie, where are you? I know you're awake. 30-day reviews says he suppose he does need to do a live stream. Yeah, well, I thought, well, if Brian G. Johnson asked how many videos have you published this week, I can ask, did you live stream this week? So that's how it's done. That's how it's done. And I want to get my mic in the right spot here. And I'm not going to cut to my intro today because every time I cut to my intro, the stream drops out or OBS dies or something. So. And we're starting right now. That's for Harley. Beanie. Paging Beanie. So how's everyone's week going? Give me a score out of 1 to 10 of how busy your week I can't even speak. Week has been, with 10 being busy and 1 being very laid back. So give me a score, 1 out of 10. Or 1 to 10. Are you right in the middle on a 5? Or you've had an 11? I need to be able to hear my alerts when they come in, so maybe I should wear my headphones. Well, I can hear my music. There we go. How about I wear them around my neck for a few minutes? So yeah, how's everyone's week been? We've got a 5 from 30-day reviews, a 7 to 8 from Harley there. We've got Beanie's probably eating breakfast indeed. It is that time of the day. I ate my breakfast during Brian G's stream. I sort of, even though I was the only moderator, I had my iPad set up in the kitchen so that if I left my computer, I'd just still be monitoring the stream whilst making my breakfast. So... You know, you do what you can do. That was an early start for me. It was like 5:45 a.m. It was like 5:45 a.m. this morning, and Brian started. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit today, a little bit of lack of sleep. So having a nap later today, I think, and getting ready for the Nick Nimmin live stream, which will be 11 p.m. tonight for me. So that's in 13 hours. So between now and then, I've got to have a nap. I'm sure I can fit it in somewhere. Most of you guys will be having a proper sleep. I'm sure. 30-day reviews. Yeah, 30 days. He's saying he's new here. What do I do on my live stream? Well, as the topic says on the video, on the live stream thing, we hang out. We do Q&A for tech stuff. We also talk about YouTube. And we even, on occasion, look at people's channels and just sort of look at some of that peripheral stuff, and I like to I like to call it more of an impression. I get an impression, and I just give a couple of quick fire points as to what pops out at me in regards to the channel. Mainly layout. I like to look at the banner and the thumbnails and the about page, and making sure that people are, fully using the playlist feature of YouTube. So when we do that part of the show, there'll be a way to get your name on that list, and we'll talk about that shortly. We're just letting everyone come in. Car Galaxy Studios, welcome. First moderator in house today is Car Galaxy Studios. I'm hoping Rodney pops past. I want to give his latest video a bit of a shout out. I just saw that about 10 minutes before the stream started, getting caught up on on some of the viewing that I have for the last 10 to 12 hours or so that have popped in. Just checking the chat here. Mythical Gaming says, when are you reviewing channel thumbnails? We'll get to that soon. I don't want to stretch that out too long today, so we'll get to that shortly. I think I've still got that music playing in the background. Let me know if that music in the background is too loud, because that was just my pre-stream music, and I just ramped it back a bit while I was talking. I might leave it in there. We'll see how it goes. If it's too loud, give me some indication in the chat. Looking at everything, make sure it's all monitoring. I was going to pull up the multi-view to do my switching on OBS today, but I forgot to open that up. I might still open that up. I like to have some of my other keys on my Stream Deck open, so I just wish Stream Deck had more keys, even though you can change scenes, but jumping around looking for the right set of keys for what you want to do can be a bit of a hassle. So I've been switching just on the screen for OBS for the last few streams anyway. So yeah, rock in your if you've got any questions, Q&A time. Let's just open it up. If you've got any questions, tech related questions, live stream related questions, YouTube related questions, if you want to. Let's just shout out our most recent 4 subscribers. I'll get this pointing right one day. Let's go from the top. Timber Hill Redbones, I think, joined during the Brian G's live stream. So did Coffee and Cupcakes. I think they're the 2 recent ones. Arthur Moorhead subscribed last night, my time. And Jinxie subscribed sometime yesterday, I think. So they're the 4 most recent subscribers on the channel. Thank you very much for subscribing. If you're looking for extra information about this channel or this live stream, make sure you read the description below. All the extra links are in there, the socials, which are also, here we go, the pointing. Socials pop up on the screen there. 30-day reviews is just subscribed. There we go. I don't know if that alert played a sound at all on your end, because I don't have my headphones on. Boom. So yeah, we've got Streamlabs is fully loaded up today with the alerts should pop up somewhere, depending on the scene and the screen on this scene, it pops up just here. So if you're looking for anything to pop up, it's probably going to pop up here. Check the description for all the things that we've got lined up for you. There's too many to talk about, but I will mention them if they come up in the stream. And then I might even plug information in the chat for you, just like this. Let's try this one. Just as a demonstration, more than plugging anything at the moment. That one doesn't work. Okay. Let's plug this one. I know this one works. I used it last week. There it is. If I've got a link, I'll plug it in the thing by pressing my magic button on my Stream Deck. There we go. G'day. Let's say g'day to a few more people who have come in. DC Scrap and Rooster came in a few minutes ago. Welcome. Pam has just jumped in. I saw Pam on Brian's stream earlier. Everyone is here. A lot of people here. Everyone's here except for Beanie and Rodney. Well, not everyone, but out of my moderators, I'm missing Res Red Rocket. She was trying to asking me when I was going to go live. She hasn't popped in yet. She's one of my other moderators. And Beanie hasn't dropped in either. He'll be in, I'm sure. I know he woke up only a couple of hours ago, so he's fresh as a daisy. If you've got any questions, let's rock those questions in there, and then we'll get to looking at some other lovely, wonderful things. 30-day reviews is now updated. The event thing is a little bit laggy, but it pops in. I see Mythical Gaming has just subscribed. I don't know if that came up on the screen, but that should pop into the event list as well. Last 4 events stay on the screen permanently, so that whether that's a subscriber or someone who's donated or tipped or whatever you want to call that. If you want to do that, that's also in the link is there below. Where if you saw my last video, my recommendation for collecting tips and donations on live streams, if you don't have Super Chat or you want something to supplement Super Chat, and my pick was, in the end, Streamlabs. So a little spoiler there for the end of the video, if you haven't already watched it. But if you want the information, it's all in the video. And then we look at some of the other options as well and explain what they do. So now I'm going all in on Streamlabs at the moment. So some of the overlay features might get added to here along the way. As you saw, we had the subscriber pop up, the donation pop up will come up there in the same spot as well. And then if I want to do something more interesting, I can do. Let me just change my scene. I don't have it on my main scene, but you know, when we're in the mood, we can just plug. Errors, there it is. We've even got a Stream Boss option if I want to run a Stream Boss, but I've got that turned off at the moment. But I'll snafu that from Dan's stream there yesterday, so we can go with that later. But I'm going to turn that off for now. I'm not looking to gamify the stream at this time, but that might be something we can do in a particular segment. So we might even run that during when we're looking at channels. We'll have that up and be doing a few things. I don't know if my chat has stopped or nobody's typing anything. So the last message I see on my screen is from Pam when she said, "Hey Doug," and that was a few minutes ago. So no, it's there. DC Scrap and Rooster's question has just come in, so let's have a look at that. I just thought my chat had stalled for a second there. Let's go check that out. It says, "Doug, I have a question. You know I am new to all this techie stuff and just went live last week. My question is, which is better, Google Hangouts or OBS?" Well, they're both solid options. I think Hangouts is good if you want a real simple way of bringing a second person in and simple screen sharing. I think OBS is great if you want to, you know, do all this stuff where you want to add tickers and other overlays. I think you have to spend more time getting it set up and experimenting. I spent ages on OBS before I even went live, just sort of tweaking stuff, and I had different setups and tested different graphics and different things, just bringing in images, bringing in the scrolling text, bringing overlays from Streamlabs. So it can get a bit tricky. At first can be a bit overwhelming at first, I think, OBS, but my recommendation is before you go with OBS is just check it out. Just don't stream anything, just open up OBS and start setting stuff up and getting used to what everything does. So that's my recommendations. But Hangouts is solid if you just want to do a quick and simple screen sharing or bring a second person into the stream where you can have like a live interview or something like that. To do that with OBS, you need to like work with a third-party thing like Skype or Zoom to like instigate the call and bring them in and do some snazzy stuff in OBS to, you know, split the screen and show them both on screen and then switch to maybe just you or switch to just your guest. So OBS will give you more options, but it's more complicated to set up. That's my answer to that. Harley says the Stream Boss was crazy last night. Yeah, it was a bit of fun on that the Stream Boss feature. I had a quick fiddle with it during the stream yesterday whilst Dan was streaming. I had the page open, I was playing with the settings, and then last night I jumped on and added it to some of the scenes up here. But I've turned them off at the moment because you know, I want to do it at the right time. Car Galaxy Studios, yeah, it's talking to Harley. That's cool. 30-day reviews is quoting something here. Let's see if I can get the context of this. By telling us what types of ads you run, you could start earning money as soon as your channel is approved. I'm sure that's a quote from somewhere. If you can tell us where that's from, 30-day reviews, and I'll have some context for myself. Oh, here we go. I've missed a chat message. It gives context if I read all the chats. Something interesting. Just hit 1K subs and looked at the monetization in YouTube. Want me to tell it what kind of ads it can play? Okay, that's like the pre-roll ads and the mid-roll ads and the little ads that pop up, little banner ads that pop up across the top, or the ads that are sort of down the side next to your video. So you get to choose sort of which ones you do and don't want. Like if you go like the whole hog, then obviously you're going to have ads popping up everywhere. I don't see a lot of people choose the banner ones, and sometimes I do see them, and they're a little bit jarring because they sort of come up over the bottom of the video. So it's up to you as a creator if you want to have, like the banner ads, for example. So just go through and sort of figure out what each type of ad is, and see which one sort of works with the vibe of your channel. Some people don't like the pre-roll ads because they don't want people getting turned off before the video starts. I know that was a big deal early on when ads first came out, and even last year I remember people going, "Oh, I don't want ads on the beginning because they turn people off." But I think people have gotten used to ads a lot now, particularly the short pre-rolls that you can skippable ads after 5 seconds. I think people are used to that now. So so you get to choose which type of ads you would like to have in regards to how they display on before, skippable, banners, the ones that list down the side on YouTube itself. So let me just, a bit of hair on the camera. So yes, I got the context of that question now. Harley says you can use OBS to record locally to get used to it too. Yeah, you can. You could even just go start recording and record your hard drive and then watch it back if you want to watch it back. If you actually want to do a practice run, I just leave it off and I just pretend switching scenes and just sort of get the look and feel on my screen as to what it all looks like on the preview. That's usually what I do for testing, and then testing the stream out to YouTube. That's a whole different ball game. I recommend just making sure you set your stream up on YouTube side before you start streaming. If you're just doing a practice stream, just set it to like private, and just go for the real deal. Don't try and send like a test signal or anything from the OBS settings, because that can be dangerous. I've heard people getting their community strikes for that because it thinks that you're streaming white noise or tone or something, and the AI flags it, and then you lose your live streaming privileges, which is not good. Okay, just keeping up with the chat here. DC Scrappy Rooster says, "Can you come over and hook up my OBS for me?" LOL. Yeah, well, I think it's something that if you jump in and start learning it and get used to it, just spend a lot of time on it, just exploring it. Where you're not going to break anything. Don't try and explore it and go into a live stream ill-prepared. Make sure you've got the whole gist of it down before you use it for your live stream. Yeah, there's two different 30-day reviews. There's two different settings. There's the whole overall monetization settings, like the whole vibe for your channel. But then when you go and upload your video, you can actually change the setting per video in the monetization tab as well. So there's two ways you can do it. So you have your general settings, which is like your default for your channel, and then you can change it per video if you want to. So yeah, so you've got the settings for both, because there's still a monetization tab in your per video settings when you upload, and when you go to your video manager and you go into a particular video, there's still a monetization option. So you can, so you can say, well, this is my channel trailer. I don't want any ads on that, so I'll turn all ads off on that one video. So yeah, it's still doable. I need water. So keep those questions coming, and while we're doing that, let's just make sure that everything's coming up. I'm not sure why not all the subscribers are popping up on the screen there. That's interesting. They're just making doubly sure that you're yeah. I think they want like a global channel setting, so they should default, because a lot of people don't worry about jumping in and changing it on a per video basis, so they just want that same setting on every video. So I think that's probably why. All right, let's get this lined up. Even though we're not going to go into them straight away, let's get people. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this one up. Here we go. Just to get people on the list, let me pull up my trusty little something's changed here. I need to clear this. It has reset itself. Give me a second, because it won't work if I don't fix it right now. And I have spelled it correctly. Alright, what you can see on the screen is the little qualification for today's, when we're looking at channel impressions, and we pull up your channel and check it out. If you want me to do that on your channel today, make sure you go in the chat right now, type the word thumbnail, make sure you spell it correctly. It doesn't have to be lowercase or uppercase, you can type it any which way, as long as it's spelled correctly. So jump on in, 30 Day Reviews has jumped in, he's picked up the vibe from the screen real quick, and he's got the gist, first timer, and he's picked it up like a flash. So this is how we're doing channels today. So if you'd like me to pull up your channel and give you some feedback from my perspective, and get your channel featured on the stream, of course, type the word thumbnail in the chat, and you'll get added into the roulette, where your name will be picked by the Nightbot at random from all those who have typed the word thumbnail. Now, you only need to type it once for the whole stream. So once you've done it, then you don't need to do it again. You'll remain in the list until your name is pulled. If your name is pulled, depending on how many people we have in here, of course. But the number of people in here at the moment, there shouldn't be an issue. But I have got that opened up right now. Just making sure that the stream is looking good here. Where are you, Beanie? Paging Beanie Draws. Just because he hasn't popped in yet. He'll watch this back later and he'll have a good laugh. Alright, so jump in there if you want me to check out and bring up your channel. Which what will happen is at that specific time, all the people who have entered, I will hit the little button in Nightbot and it will pick somebody at random, announce it in chat, and then we'll pull up the channel. That's basically how it'll work. So yes, let's see, I'm going to scroll back up on the chat for a second because I'm looking for Mythical Gaming. You wanted me to look at your channel. Make sure you type the word thumbnail in the chat, Mythical. If you're still here, I'm more than happy to have a check those thumbnails out for you. If you join in the game, we're gamifying the channel impressions, so we'll get onto those shortly. Probably feel bad like he does when he misses the chat, lol. At the moment, 30 Day Reviews, we're going to come back to that shortly. I'm going to leave that screen up. Any more Q&A questions in the stream? Tech questions, you can ask tech questions. Questions about YouTube, if I know the answer, or I'll give you my opinion. Sometimes I have an opinion. And remember, with opinions, everybody's got one. And sometimes it's like a nose and it's got holes in it. Some people's opinions have flaws and holes. But before we go and look at channels, so feel free anytime, type that word thumbnail in the chat and you'll get entered into the draw. We're going to come back to that shortly. I just want to announce that early. You get people in the draw early in the thing. I want to go right back because I want to do that thing that I like to do. I'm going to do it early today and I'm going to do it quickly. Well, that's the plan anyway. Let me pull it up. It's a little segment that we like to call... I'm not going to... Actually, I don't want to announce it until I've actually got it up. Give me a few seconds. Here it comes. Where's my sound effects? Oh, here it is. It's a little segment we like to call... What's in my subfeed? And my browser's not coming up. Goodly, goodly. Don't you love it when your browser doesn't come up when you pull it up on the live stream? That's not the browser. Hang on. There it is. There we go. And if you haven't noticed, I'm streaming right now. All right, let's go have a quick look at the sub feed for today. We're doing this little segment I like to do and show you what's in my sub feed, what I'm about to watch or have just watched. And we look at probably the last 24 hours, and I'll just pick out a few highlights here and there. Let me get my... Yep, my pen's ready to go. There we go. Now, if you weren't already there, of course, Brian G. Johnson's live stream finished about an hour and a half ago. Went for 3 hours, did channel reviews today, so check that out. All creators should be watching this one. Anything from Creator Insider, it's just all the updates on what is happening in YouTube, and particularly things that are relevant to YouTube creators. And so that was just one of Tom's news flashes. He talks about a bunch of stuff that's happened in the last month or so, glitches and errors with YouTube and some features that are opening up. I had a quick look at that just before the stream. Who else do I want to pull out? Oh, TubeBuddy has a new feature, so I haven't looked at this video yet, but talking about how to fix all your demonetized videos in bulk. So this new feature that TubeBuddy's got and just added to there, so I'm interested to check that one out. If you're getting videos demonetized, that's probably an interesting one for you as well. Stay away from the Avengers Infinity War stuff. If you haven't seen the movie yet, no spoilers, please. I do not want spoilers because I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it in a day or two, so don't spoil me. If you spoil me in chat, then I give permission to the moderators to drop the ban hammer. Please don't spoil me. So I won't be watching this video until later. Dr. Sten's here with some more health information. That's always good. Rodney, one of the mods, who's not here in the chat at the moment. Some quick and easy and cheap ways, 4 ways to improve the quality of your YouTube videos. That's a good little quick tip video. It goes for 3 minutes, so it's definitely worth it. Someone else from our community, Fantastic Joe, posted his episode 1 of his little mini documentary series. Dan from Creative Fundamentals, I don't know if he's still in the stream, but he was here earlier. Top 5 mistakes YouTubers make on Facebook. Now that's a tricky one on Facebook. Some interesting tips there as well. And that's nearly about all where I'm going to go today. I don't have too many to pull up. And obviously Dan's stream from yesterday's still quite current in my thing. And here's one from Owen Video, spicing up boring footage with some editing tricks. So he gives some interesting editing tricks there with the old push zooms and a few other tips and tricks there. I watched that real quick yesterday in between doing some work. And so that's it. I'm keeping it short and sweet today. That is the one, the only, what's in my sub feed. And we've got the sound effects. They're working. I can hear them through my headsets. That's good. Flash in the Pan has subscribed. I didn't know that Flash in the Pan hadn't already subscribed, but welcome to the stream. Welcome to Beanie, who jumped in just as I started that segment. Good on you, Beanie. Thanks for popping by, of course, and being here as a moderator, of course. Just letting you all know, let's go back to that because we want to let everyone know some people have just come in. If you want me to check out your channel, pull it up and give you some impressions, my impressions on your channel, type the word thumbnail in the chat right now to get entered into the draw for me to pull your name out, pull your channel up, display it on the screen for all to see. Yeah, that victory sound, yeah, I think it is. It could be from Mario. I got it off a sound effects site. But it's one that I know a lot of gamers use, so quite possibly could be a Mario. Harley says, Avengers-themed dinosaurs. I'm making Avengers-themed artwork right now. Got to jump on that trending topic. Avengers Infinity War is a little bit outside my niche, unfortunately. So, you know, if you can work it into your niche, like drawing, that's definitely a niche you could bring Avengers into. So, Beanie's going for it there. Just making sure I'm all over the chat. Now we know I can pretty much guarantee 30-day reviews is going to get his channel pulled up. He's the only one that's typed the word thumbnail in the chat to go into the draw. So I'm keeping this on the screen for another minute just to let you know that that's happening. And then if you want me to check out your channel, I know there's people here who have already checked out their channel. They probably don't need me to do it every week. So that's fine. I understand. How to program an Infinity Gauntlet. That's an easy one. I know the answer to that. Get all the 6 gems and put them in, and then you're OP. That's how it works. The Infinity Gauntlet is OP. No spoilers, anybody. I know that much. Lovely, lovely. I'm about to do it. I'm about to pull the trigger to pull names for the draw. Just to let you... Oh, I've got mods turned off for that draw too. So when Beanie just entered, it didn't work. So let me just add mods back in. What did I just do? I just did something there. I think I broke it. I think I broke it. I think I added in people who haven't actually been added in. So let me... Only people I've seen type thumbnail is Beanie and 30-day reviews. So I'm just going to reset this. Because, you know, I don't want to pull people up if they don't want to be pulled up. So, you know, I don't pull... Just sort of feature your channel anyway, unless I'm doing like a subscriber of the week or something. But I don't want to steal ideas off Rodney. That's one of his ideas. Subscriber of the week. It's a pretty cool idea though. I like it. I think I was one of his first subscriber of the week. I've turned into Brian. Well, I just spent 3 hours with Brian G. Johnson this morning, so you never know what would rub off. So don't forget, if you want me to check out your channel anytime during stream, once and once only, type the word thumbnail. Flash in the pan has just typed it in as of me looking at my chat. So as ticking along, I've said it enough times. So we're going to get to that in a couple of minutes. We're not far off indeed. I'm going to this screen right now. Any more questions, tech related, because we're here to help you with tech wherever possible. If I get a great question, we might even throw in, you know, a nice sound effect, nice applause. If we get like questions and answers going on. If we get something that sounds really good, we might give you this sound. And if it's a bit of a fail sound, we could go with this. I think I missed that one. Everyone's back in. All right, I'm going to draw the first one. Let's draw the first one right now. It's going to pop up. You'll see it in chat before you hear me say it, and that'll give me time to get it up in the browser. Just before we get to that, I can see a few things there. Car Galaxy Studio says, I really want an Elgato green screen. I have to wait until some money comes in, however, and it's back in stock at Amazon. Yeah, it's a bit of an outlay for the green screen, but it's super portable and super Super easy for setup. It's just like pull it out, and you're done. I've been eyeing them off myself, but I don't need it because I've got a set, and I haven't really had a need to do any green screeners yet. But if I was a gamer or I was doing a lot of green screen effects on my videos, you know, I'm tempted to buy one. I have considered it on a number of occasions, but it's more of a vanity purchase for me at the moment. But I can see definitely 100% practical for the stuff that you're doing. Beanie says, apparently if you find a treasure chest in Australia, you have to report it as it belongs to the Crown. A treasure chest? But what if the treasure was from a ship that wasn't British? What if it was from like a Portuguese ship? Do you have to report it to Portugal? Or if it was Spanish, like from the Spanish Armada, do you have to report it to the Spanish authorities? How does that work? The things we discuss in a live stream. All right, I'm going to draw the first one here right now. And I need to find the button. Here we go. Here we go. Now, Nightbot will say won the giveaway, but the giveaway is I'm going to check your channel out. Which is I'm pulling up right now, and it's super easy to do using Nightbot because it gives you a channel link. So let's go to Flash in the Pan as the winner. Here we go. And I've got little pop-ups on my screen. I need to get rid of those. And I need to mute YouTube once more. There we go. Nearly played your... There we go. Flash in the Pan. It's just picked at random, and it was picking a random from 2 people. But here we go. Flash in the Pan. Okay, I'm looking now. I've got it set up on my monitor, which is a 11-inch. I've got a MacBook Air 11-inch. So I'm looking at on my main screen and pushing that out to you guys, so I can have a look. Looking at the banner first of all. Now with my eyes, I don't know how you go on a mobile, but with this writing, it looks quite small. I had to like focus a bit. I can read it now, but when I first looked at it, it was sort of like blurry to me. Now that could be just my eyes, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of information there, and it's quite small. So may need to maybe simplify that or do something like that. I know it's listing all the things. It's giving. The good thing is it's informational for sure. You've got your live stream schedule there, Tuesday night Hangout Live. And then you've got more information about what your channel's about, DIY projects, treasure hunting, product intros and reviews, gold prospecting adventures. So it gives the whole vibe. The one thing I don't see on there is your name on the banner. Whether that's a big deal or not, I'm not going to say, because you know, there's as I said before, there's different opinions on that. It might be good, but I can see, I can tell that there's some prospecting going on here because of the pans you're holding, and there's people in the river there doing their panning for gold, and these obviously look like gold flakes. They're a little bit out of focus, but that could be the vibe you're going for. Is like that bokeh sort of out of focus effect as the background of your banner. So it's interesting. I think it could be tweaked a little, but it's definitely interesting. Now the first thing I like to do, if you've been on my streams before, let me just get rid of that. Come on. Only problem is when I need to click on something, I need to jump. I like to go to the About page and see what people say about their channels. So let's see what this says. We bring you do-it-yourself projects for the gold prospector on a budget. Gold prospecting product reviews and gold prospecting around the mid-United States and beyond. Said the word gold prospect or gold prospecting 3 times in the first sentence / paragraph. I'm assuming that you've done that for a SEO reason, but for description, there's in the About page, I think it has zero weighting on that. So maybe you want it to maybe reword it just to flow a little bit better. That's just my thought on that. The home of In the Shed with Ed, Prospecting with Ed and Jesse, and Hangout Live with Ed in the Shed, Marvin, Toledo, Jess, and a new member to the Flash in the Pan, Tuesday Night Hangout Live team, our good friend Dan O, YouTube creator, Regnad Man. Okay, so yeah, it's talking about your content, who's on your live stream, your other shows. It's good that you've got shows. You've got like, okay, we do this show, we do this show. I like that idea as a concept for a channel too. All right, where are we? If we get any feedback for this channel thus far, we're going to get to the thumbnails in a second and go look at the main part. I'm going to jump out of that. So yeah, there's a lot of information there, and that's good. Good. The worst thing I see on about pages is people not putting anything in there. Let's jump over to videos, because this is where we're going to look at thumbnails all laid out in a row. Here we go. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat and make sure I'm not missing anything. I need to expand this down a bit here. I think I've yeah, okay, Nightbot, intro music. Oh yeah, because the it played some feedback here. Yeah, everyone, yeah, Flash and Pan always trying to improve, of course. That's what we're here for. Never see the banner without the name under it. Not sure exactly the context of that one. Check out a show called Devil's Canyon. Cool. Red Rocket Resells has popped in the house. Welcome. Beanie says, doesn't bother me for the homepage, but Doug has a point. I can't remember what point I had now. I'll be going back to the homepage shortly. We're going to look at these thumbnails. I'm just seeing if there's any other pertinent comments. We'll jump back into the chat in a minute. All right, let's get my pen back up here. Okay, what am I looking at there? I'm assuming some of these thumbnails are from live streams. Like this one is, because I can tell by the timestamp, and this one is by the timestamp. I can see, okay, we've got you here. Looks like you're in front of a flag, maybe it's in the background. Then you've got like a picture-in-picture. I don't know if the picture-in-picture works for me, because I can't tell what's in that picture-in-picture, because it looks like it's like something from a cell phone or something, because it's got a lot of black bars either side. But being reduced so small on the thumbnail, looking on the page, it's just so small, it just looks like a bunch of rectangle boxes. Now I can see this part here, you holding your mug, so that's great. You got your face on there. I see you going for the okay, yeah. Okay, so if that sort of picture-in-picture insert wasn't there, it would be you with the American flag backdrop, which is pretty awesome. So you have to basically look at the titles to figure out what they're about. So basically, and I'm not even, okay, this is your logo. I'm assuming this bit up here in the top here is your logo, because it's appearing on everything. Okay, it's different to this logo here. So I haven't seen this logo close up anywhere else except on the thumbnails, and so because they're not real big, I can't really tell. Can I zoom in? I can zoom in with the power of the Mac. It goes a bit grainy. Zoom in on a Mac for the win. So whatever words are on there, which I think is part of your live stream possibly, they blend in. I don't know if they're supposed to be part of the... they look like they're part of the live stream and not part of the actual thumbnail. So you've taken like a screenshot. Looks like you've taken... looks like these are all screenshots from the live streams. I get you. I'm getting the vibe as to how these thumbnails came to be. I think you could probably come up with a better concept for the thumbnails that doesn't involve taking a screenshot from the live stream, because a lot of these are live streams, of course. Now, this one here, the most recent video, that's a bit more interesting because it looks like you're in your workshop or one of those places like a shed or whatever it is. That also looks like it's a screenshot. It looks like you're mainly using just the screenshots. I don't know if those screenshots are coming from just the ones that YouTube is giving you, or if you're going through and picking that out and doing it yourself. It looks like you're just allowing YouTube to pick a thumbnail for you. So I'd think about customizing your thumbnail for every video, even if it's a live stream. So I can see earlier you had a side banner there, and you know, side banners, you can take those or leave those. I'm not sure what's happening there in regards to you're not using that anymore, but I know some people say don't use them, they take up screen real estate. Now this thumbnail is more interesting because it seems to be, probably is still from a screenshot from a video, but it's showing the people involved with the Hangout, showing all those people in the thumbnail, which is always helpful. Oh, I see an Aussie flag here. Nice. Aussie flag background. Yes, they all look like that. They tend to be backgrounds for lots of live streams. That's pretty awesome. Lots of live streams. Yeah, I you know, it's all my doodling there. The interesting thing with live streams, I think, and thumbnails is, you know, whether you want to put a lot of value in getting clicks after the live stream, because you know, obviously you're drawing a certain amount of people in for your live stream, and most of your interaction is going to happen while it's live, of course. So whether you want to do a thumbnail to draw more clicks after the fact, that might be something you want to consider. Something that's looks like a thumbnail and not like a screenshot. So let me have a look in the chat here, because I'm sure there's conversation about this very topic here. Harley says, got around. See you later. Catch you later, Harley. Thanks for popping by. I still really need to work on it. I have a lot of really old videos. Yeah, sure. And I think it's something even, you know, with thumbnails, when you start to, you know, work on them going forward, and not so much worry about rushing to get your back catalogue sort of thumbnailed out. So maybe it's something you can experiment with over a couple of live streams or videos as you put them out, is sort of dialing in your thumbnail, your custom thumbnail over time. Someone's ringing my phone. Someone's ringing my phone from Melbourne, Victoria. But Beanie, you're not ringing me on my phone, are you? Let me just go. I don't know how you'd have my phone number. That was really odd. I don't usually have numbers popping up on the screen, and it said it was from Melbourne. It was a Melbourne number. Beanie. He's stalking me. Did not put flash and pan on the banner. Yeah, I can take it or leave it on the banner. I don't know, most people do, but you know, the banner, because you do have it below. I'm not sure how bold it is, because now the channel names are quite big. Like on this view that we're looking at right now, the channel name's a lot larger than the other text on the screen, so it is standing out a little bit more. So it is something to consider, and it's something to keep in mind. I'm not sure how that works on mobile devices, but a name on the banner, depending on what the banner's doing, I can take it or leave it, so I'm not too fussed on that. I've been spending a lot of time on this. I'm just trying to get through to see what the comments are saying. Beanie says, have you considered just using a gold nugget on its own as a logo? Yeah, I think something more interesting in the logo or profile that you can use there, that maybe it ties in. I think this logo is obviously from the live stream, so it's like a little bug that you've got up in the corner there. That's what it appears to be if they're all screenshots. But yeah, something that maybe ties in that you can put on your thumbnails when you start doing those custom thumbnails that will fit here, and then you can put in like the top corner there. Now that spring is here and summer is around the corner, I'll be doing more videos out in the field on rivers and streams, and I would make thumbnails for those. Oh, definitely. I think that's a prerequisite these days. If you want to get the click, you need to have those custom thumbnails. And for pre-recorded stuff that you do out in the field and edit and package and then put on YouTube and release, definitely. So it'd be good to see what you come up with. I'll be keeping an eye on that as you go into the the warmer months and you start doing some of that out in the field content. Beanie says, when you said it's a number from Melbourne, I'm like, it's not me, I swear. It's like, Beanie, how'd you get my number? So let me go back, and the next part of the channel I like to quickly look at, let me jump on, is have a look at your playlist. Now, I'm assuming that most of the, because it's all, you've got a few playlists there. 67 playlists there. Join us while we prospect for gold on location. Join us while we're out. It's nearly like the title of the playlist is. Hang on. Let me get my pen back up. For just these two anyway, it seems like the title of the playlist is nearly like the description of the playlist. So don't forget, you can also, keep a good description, a good title as to be descriptive is great, but also make sure you've got the description field as well, so you can actually put like a whole paragraph to describe a particular playlist. We'll have a look at how they look when we get over to the homepage. So there's a few different playlists there. Looks like, a lot of you, obviously a lot of the stuff's in your Tuesday night live stream playlist. So yeah, every video, particularly, not so much the live streams, but particularly when you start getting your out in the field videos, you're putting up your pre-recorded stuff. Make sure that you're putting them in a meaningful playlists. I want to have a look at playlists in respect to the homepage. So I need to turn that off. Back to the homepage. I spent a lot of time back there on the thumbnails there. Okay, let's have a look at how this is all laid out, because that's all about the homepage layout now. Okay, got your upcoming stream there. Set reminder. That's excellent. I like that. Past live streams is because it's mostly live streams lately. I understand why that's at the top. There is an option for description to sit underneath right there, so you can go in and maybe just, I'd say one sentence for live streams, just explaining what the live streams are. Show play. You got your playlists grouped together, which I would probably try and add more horizontal unique playlists as you go over time, rather than having a summary of playlists, because then you get more of the thumbnails and everything showing on the homepage. People are more likely to click. Most popular uploads, that's a good one to have on the homepage. You could customize the name to you could call it fan favorites, or videos people really like. Maybe also, again, you could just put extra description in there just to grab people's attention. You got your uploads as well. That's always good to keep that, and it's all horizontal view, so that's great. Some people would have their there's two trains of thought. Either have your recent uploads or uploads right at the top, or just below, whatever you're featuring. The other train of thought is to keep that out of the way. You want to promote playlists that are going to drive more views, which is I think Brian G's more that camp, whereas Nick Nimmin says put your uploads at the top, most recent uploads, promote your most current videos. So there's two minds. You can do it either way. As long as you got the uploads somewhere on your homepage like you have, I think that's a good start. So think about putting more playlists on the homepage rather than these playlists of playlists. So have your horizontal 3 or 4 videos showing in that horizontal list rather than just a summary. Because I'd look at that one and I go, oh gee, there's 44 videos in that playlist. Maybe that count there, or 67, might turn me off from maybe watching them one after the other. Whereas if you just display the entire playlist, it just shows you the first 3 or 4 thumbnails in the playlist. They're not going to see how many's in the playlist necessarily. Does it show you? No. You go play all. You can start watching them. People are more likely to go to the playlist and start watching videos one after the other, and then after a while they'll have enough and they'll probably walk away. But they might come back to that playlist later. So having playlists with shorter amounts of videos is something good to have too. So maybe if you can group because you've got all your live streams grouped in, or all your sets of videos grouped in one massive playlist. It's good to have a massive playlist, but maybe you can break them up into smaller groups, like into seasons or Like if you like a TV show, it might be broken up into seasons or episodes, or a theme. Like this is all about a particular type of prospecting or whatever. I have no idea about that sort of stuff. So let me look at the chat on that one. I'm going to go back to this screen now. Here we are. So that's flash in the pan there. So if you're into prospecting and that sort of thing, make sure to subscribe to Flash in Your Pan. Currently on 1.6k, if I haven't mentioned that before. I'm going to quickly check the chat for what I've missed because I've been rambling about playlists. Oh, a lot of interest in how much gold you've found. I see there's questions there. That's all pretty good. Some ideas from Beanie there about logos and stuff. Making sure that I haven't. I'm about to hit a year anniversary on live streams in July. Well done, well done. It's good. You know, when you start building a series, then you get your regulars in every week. I think, you know, live streaming is definitely, if you can keep that on a regular basis, which you are, looks like that's basically most of your channels based around the live streams. That's pretty awesome. Foul Fish, welcome to the stream. The crystal ball emoji says Red Rocket resells. I'm not sure. I have a description on those and it does not show them. Oh, that's odd. Yeah, mostly they show. So, yeah, just double check in case maybe it's dropped off or something, but I'm not sure what's happened there. But yeah, every playlist should have some sort of description, whether it's short or long. I'm scratching myself on my neck and now it's all red. Red Rocket Research says, we need to talk about the cool insanity that Streamlabs is. Are you digging into it? I'm starting to. Red Rocket. What I showed before is I've actually, let's go to that scene there. I've even got the old Stream Boss on standby up there. So when we want to gamify things, we'll put that in there. I don't have it. I got the event list up the top there. We've also got up the top, I should be pointing instead of pointing with my mouse because you can't see my mouse. And then about here where my hand is, we also got the alerts for subscribers and donations will pop up just there. So I'm bringing in some of the Streamlabs features. I'm not going to go every feature because there's like features that overlap with overlays. Because you've had every overlay there is in Streamlabs, you'd just have a cluttered screen, in my opinion. But you know, you might want to have a ticket style donation thing, or you might just want them to pop up when they come in, which is what I've got at the moment. Let's keep going through the chat here, get caught up before we continue. Pam says she's done because it's 2 a.m. Get some sleep, Pam. I understand. We'll catch you in Nick's stream later today or tomorrow, whatever the case may be. Some ideas there from Beanie to Flash in the Pan for ideas. And I think I've caught up. Everyone's saying goodbye. Flash in the Pan says I'm using slobs. No, I'm using obs. Just obs, not slobs. I'm using regular A because I'm on a Mac. There's no slobs for Mac. It's only for Windows. And 2, OBS, after slobs broke off from OBS, OBS has added some new features. So I like some of the new features that OBS has. So I'm using OBS and I'm just using the normal browser source overlay widgets. Do it the old school way without the extra Streamlabs integrations. It still works pretty solidly. So I'm not using slobs, just the normal OBS or OBS. All right, let's get ready to go. And don't forget, if you want me to pull up your channel, let's do this before we go to the next one. We're going to go to the next one in a sec. If you're new, if you're just in here and you haven't done it yet, type the word thumbnail today if you want me to check out your channel on stream today. The word thumbnail gets you in the randomizer to be pulled up. So type the word thumbnail in the chat once, lowercase, uppercase, as long as it's spelt correctly. I've got to use my sound effects more. There you go. Beanie says he's just made a new playlist just as I was reviewing playlists. Well, that's the way to go. All right, here we go. I'm going to roll the dice on this again. I wonder who could come up when I roll it again. It should come up in chat in just a second. 30-day reviews are up. We're about to look at your channel. If anybody else wants to get in on the act, make sure to type the word. Oh, I can't point on these streams. It's terrible. The word thumbnail in the chat. 30-day reviews has won the giveaway of a channel impression. Let's check it. Here we go. The channel trailer's playing. I've got it muted, so that's good. All right, let's get my pen out. Well, Nick, I hope Nick Nimmin has a like a stake in the little Chrome widget there that does the pen, because a few people are picking that up from him. All right. Keep everything coming. Costume CO, welcome to the stream. I saw you pop in there. The dude from Brian's stream. I haven't seen the dude from Brian's stream thus far. Just answering that one because I saw it pop up there. There was a 100% chance it was going to be 30-day reviews thus far. I haven't added Beanie back in. I think he was in there and then it sort of disappeared again. So I haven't added him back in. I did add the mods back in because I had the mods disabled. But let's look at 30-day reviews. It's a channel about 30-day reviews, grooming tools, tech, and more. Friday uploads, beyond unboxing. This is a pretty cool concept for a channel, and I love it. I love it. In fact, I love it so much that I don't know why I haven't subscribed yet. So let me do that right now. Why haven't I done that? There you go. I haven't pushed it. I think you've just reached 1,000. So I noticed that from the Discord the other day. So congratulations on reaching 1,000 subscribers. Do you have the 4,000 hours of watch time yet? I'm just wondering. I can't remember the conversation in the Discord now. But yeah, no, awesome. Let's go back to my pen. There we go. Red Rocket Resale says that she was a subscriber at number 1,000. Well, it looks like I'm approximately subscriber 1,002. So there we go. So what did we say before? 30-day reviews, beyond unboxing, grooming, tool, tech, and more. Friday uploads. That tells me everything about this channel. And the calendar gives me a nice visual. I like the calendar. Personally, I really like that. So I'm giving full marks for the thumbnail. It's not a thumbnail. It's channel art. All right, I need to jump over to the about page because that's where I like to go from the get-go. Here at 30-day reviews, we go beyond unboxings. We use the products we review for at least 30 days. Why? Well, we got tired of... Sorry, this is my eyes here. Well, we got tired of wanting to know how products held up over time, and unboxings just wouldn't do that. So that's for sure. And many products take a bit to show their positives as well as their faults. To really give an honest review, we believe it's necessary to use the product for a while before doing a review. That's pretty awesome. I'm on board with that for sure. And just a bit about the history of the channel. Used to be called My Random Reviews. Lovely. Let's get over to... I don't have any issues with the description. The description tells me a little bit more about the channel. Let me pull this up. Here we go. And I have seen some of these thumbnails popping up on the Discord and in various places. So here we go. Here we go. Your face on the thumbnail. That's your branding for sure. So look, bam. Profile pic. Bam. Thumbnail. Thumbnail. I like I love the framing on that one. The framing is really good. Just the framing of you, and even this one here. Actually, they're all solid framing. I understand why you're lower in there because you're highlighting this place here. Thumbnails looking good. I'm trying to come up with maybe some comments or anything that I can say about these thumbnails, but I'm getting they're pretty solid. I can see in some cases it's basically the product, promoting the product and being loud and in your face like that. If you're going to promote a product, that's the way to go. And obviously you've got some more how-to stuff, so it's got a title. I want to zoom in on this for a second. It's going to go grainy, but I'm zooming in with my Mac, so that's just how it goes. How to apply mustache wax. I don't have any issues with the font, but I don't know, there's something about it that's maybe just something that needs to make it pop a little bit more. I don't know whether it's the old Nick Nimmin style, put it on a box, or whether it needs like a stroke or a drop shadow or something. I can't put my finger on it, but it's good. I don't know. I think there's probably something that can be done. I'm not a Nick Nimmin graphic art expert or like Nick or D, but there's just something about it. I don't know. It might even be to do with the different size of the top part, the how to apply, and the bottom part. Obviously, it's a different size font. Not that it's the same font, so that's fine. I don't think having a different size font's a bad thing either. I use different size fonts on thumbnails as well. But there's something about the text that I think you could do to make it pop a little bit more. It might be just like a subtle drop shadow or I'd probably lean towards a drop shadow rather than a stroke around the letters. But I don't know. Yeah, probably going to get some comments about that particular thing in the chat. So let me have a look. I'm missing it all. Let me go back up. Costume CO says, will you let me rewrite your about page? That's pretty cool. Andrew's review was awesome. That's right, you're an Andrew Can stream yesterday. Yeah. Like, all these streams I'm on, they just blur together sometimes. Because yesterday I was at Andrew's briefly, and then Dan started, so I jumped over to Creative Fundamentals, so and I left Beanie moderating on Andrew Can's stream, so I didn't get the whole stream. What do we got here? Rodney's in the house. G'day, Rodney. Welcome. I knew Rodney would be coming past at some point. I checked out your new video just before the stream. Well done. Costume CEO says, of course, I'm a copywriter by day, my friend. That's nice to know. I like how you did your greeting, Rodney B. Hunt. Okay, I'm just catching up. This is Costume says maybe a stroke. Beanie says I think it's the font itself. So we're getting back to the thumbnails now. Beanie says I agree the font is a little plain. Yeah, I just can't put my finger quite on it. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong. There's just something about those two particular thumbnails that I'm looking at and the font. Maybe they could be bigger. I don't know. Maybe they could be bigger or thicker or bolder or. You kind of like the plain font. I think plain fonts are good too. I like plain fonts myself. Easy to read. Yeah. I can't. I don't think. I don't know if it's inherently the font. So yeah, just experiment with that. Is probably all I'd say because I can't put my finger on that particular aspect of it. But yeah, the thumb. Otherwise, everything else about the thumbnails are solid. I like the subtle thing in the background there with the white to break up just from being a plain white or grey. You got I can see like a 9 there and a 10. It's like the calendar. I think that's great to have some sort of that made a big difference on my thumbnails. Instead of having the plain blue that I've got, I actually put a picture behind it, make the blue transparent, so it gives a bit of depth and dimension to the thumbnail, and to break up just a solid colour. I need to get rid of the pens. I can jump over to playlist real quick. We've got quite a few playlists here. Cracking along the way. Some food reviews even. That was a nice looking sandwich or burger there. Looks like a sub or something. That's pretty delicious. Just saw that showing up on the food reviews. Yeah, solid amount of not thumbnail playlists. They're cracking on. You've got them sorted by categories. Let's have a look. I'm going to jump over the whole homepage. I don't have too much to say about the playlist, what I'm seeing at the moment. But here we go. Homepage here. Nice description on the pen. Give me the pen. There we go. Nice description. Description's up here. Mustache product reviews. Do you need a stiff wax or soft wax? That's pretty. That's solid. Solid. Again here, we've got it's all filled out. We've got a number of playlists, all in horizontal, all filling up. You're basically filling up most of the available spaces on the homepage, so you're giving your thumbnails maximum chance to be seen as people scroll down your homepage. That's pretty awesome. Popular uploads are right at the bottom, which is, when it comes to where you put stuff on the homepage, it all depends on what you're going for, and I certainly think that that just depends on what you're trying to achieve. You've got your mustache product reviews at the top because that's obviously something you're focusing on and want to push, or it's a focus at the moment. You don't necessarily want to stick your popular uploads right at the top. So, there's different strategies for playlists just depending on your channel. So, that's all pretty solid stuff. So, there's 30-day reviews. Let me get rid of that. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to get over there and subscribe right now. And it's more than just stuff for blokes and moustaches, if you noticed. When we looked at the videos before, there's some other nice things. But there is obviously a theme there. For the show, so if you're a guy and you have facial hair, then you should be over there. That's my opinion. Let me get back to the screen here. Here we go. We're back. Let me just catch up on the chat right now. I think there's more talk about the font there. I'll defer to the conversation there. There's some information there. There's some collabing going on there in regards to helping each other out. It's all about helping each other out, that's for sure. Food ones will be hidden eventually. I'm interested in food. But yeah, I know they don't stick the theme of your channel. I understand. But that's good that you've got them sort of tucked away in a playlist where if you need them, they're there. Thanks for looking. No problem. No problem at all. Let me have a quick look at the current state of Nightbot. Nobody is selected at the moment for a qualifier for the channel review. As before, we had the keyword for today. The keyword for me checking out your channel is the word thumbnail in the chat. Do it once and do it once only. It's almost like I listen to what Nick suggests. It's all rubbing off. I sit through hours of live streams with Nick Nimmin and Brian G. Johnson, so these things start to rub off after a while. Some two unique channels there we've looked at so far today. Where is... I want to do this next. So I need to open up a channel. I'm opening up a channel outside of the thumbnail goodness here. We're going to have a look at this in a sec. We're not going to do the same type of thing, but it's just more of a shout out and promotion. I want to promote people I want to on my channel. I will. Something just happened in my chat. It just signed out of my chat for some reason. Give me a second. I need to go to my live chat board and get my chat back. I must have clicked on something and it logged out my chat. There we go. I was just looking at a question in the chat there, and it all disappeared on me. It all just logged out. There we go. We're back again. Must be a Chrome thing. 30-day review says, I suggest everyone make sure that they will show up in people's subscriber lists. Yeah, and I think that's hooked up. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but that's if you hide your sub count, then you won't show up in other people's subscriber lists. So make sure you show your sub count, because then you'll show up in people's subscriber lists. I think they're linked. Buttons. I haven't gone to. I'm not looking at the channel yet. I'm looking at the chat. But here we go. I'm going to go over to the beanie drawers. Just take in the majesty of that channel art there, first of all. I'm not here to give a critique or anything, but just a bit of a shout out. "30-day review says it's automatically set to off, and I don't think it's a subscriber number thing." That's interesting. We might go check that out. Let's finish up with Beanie here, and then we'll look into that, because that's something, if we can all learn from it, we'll all check it out. We'll dive into my settings. We'll see what I've got going on. Let's see if I can find it in my Creator Studio in just a sec. All right, this is Beanie. He's got a video here featured. You got your video from 5 months ago featured. I think that's. Is that just what YouTube's recommending me? That's probably what that is. Yeah. and I know you don't have a channel trailer, so it's doing its thing. Most recent uploads. Here we go. Beanie's most recent video here was 2 days ago. It's this one right here, which is why I'm over here. Come on, pen work. There it is. Allosaurus in the real world, drawing your own Jurassic World dinosaur. I don't know the full title, but there it is. I've actually already watched it all the way through. I think I had it playing while I was doing some housework, so I was more listening than watching. But yeah, so if you're interested in anything that Beanie does, drawing us pretty awesome stuff to see where he starts and what the final product is. Go check it out. Make sure that if you haven't already subscribed to Beanie, to click the subscribe button. Oh, I'm signed out. That's why it's showing up as. It's signed me out. See, I thought I'm subscribed to Beanie. What's going on? It's signed me out. Let me get rid of that. All right. Oh, I could just refresh. Maybe I'll just refresh. Is it going to be signed in this time? Why is it telling me to subscribe when I'm already subscribed to Beanie? I'm going to investigate that. Let me have a look. I should be in the... This is not my account. This is the wrong account. That's why. It's logged me out of my Doug Hewson YouTube account, and it's gone to my private account where I have other viewing things set up. Here we go. I'll be diving into the settings on the wrong channel, and we'll be in trouble. There's probably a bit of LOLing going on in the chat. Let's have a look. Here we go. So yeah, so that's how it displays to me as a subscriber. There's no video there because I'm already subscribed. Costume CEO has a question how to DM in Discord. If you can answer that quickly for me, pop in and write the answer there. Okay, 30-day reviews is giving me something in Discord. I'm going to have a look at that. I'd actually have Discord open on my computer just because it takes up a bit of resources while I'm streaming. So I'm going to try and pull that up on my iPad. Yeah, I think you can right-click on their name and then go DM, and then it will send them a direct message. in Discord. So if someone's on the same server as you, you can pretty much DM somebody unless the settings have been turned off on the server for that. But yeah, if you're in Nick's Discord server, then you can DM people. Change subscription privacy settings. Send me a link support. If you aren't able to, okay. Probably because I've opened it up on my iPad. I'm going to jump over into the settings now. Let's go straight there. We're still on the screen with Beanie, so we're going to jump into my Creator Studio, because it should be in Creator Studio and it should be under Community or Channel maybe. Let's have a look. That might be under Community because it's to do with subscribers. Subscribers. Here we go. Only subscribers who share their subscription publicly are shown. Subscribers who have their subscription set to private don't show here, even if their account is subscribed to your channel. This link here probably takes me to that same. This is probably the same YouTube help that you linked to me. So let's have a look what it says. Let's check it out. Why not? You can see a list of your channel subscribers in your subscribers list in Creator Studio. The list only shows subscribers who have chosen to make their subscriptions public. I'm going to click that link. When a user first joins YouTube, their subscription list is set to private by default. So this is probably what you're talking about, yes. What subscribers are on the subscribers list? Subscribers list shows subscribers who have set their subscriptions to public. Subscribers who have subscriptions set to private do not show in your subscriber list. This should show me how to. YouTube. Oh, so settings and privacy. There we go. Let's go to my channel. Deep dive. We're going all over my channel. Into privacy. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't think I've ever checked this. It's under settings. And then privacy. Ah, it's in here. What have I set mine to? Keep my subscriptions private. Am I looking at the right thing? Because that's telling everybody else who you're subscribed to, as opposed to who your subscribers are. I'm getting confused. Maybe I misunderstood the question from the get-go. Maybe I've been off on a tangent the whole time, and now I'm just realising what the real question is. Fantastic Joe, I didn't say hello to you earlier. Thanks for thanks for coming by. Jokin has come in. He's just popped in. Yeah, I've got mine set for private as well. So we're talking about... I'm assuming this is what we're talking about. I'm keeping my liked videos private because they're the videos that you go along and like. That's the whole liked playlist thing. Keeping my saved playlist private. Yeah, because they're the stuff that you saved or you want to go back to watching later. You don't want to share your activity feed in that regards with your people. You can't see who's subbed to you if they're hiding their subs. Oh. But then the question, I guess, is, do I want to show everybody else who I'm subbed to? Because it says keep all my subscriptions private. Anyway, I want to see what it does. So I'm going to experiment with that. I'm going to go and uncheck that box. Activity feed. And then you get this box down here checks. You can see my cursor there hovering over the... No, you can't. Okay, so then you get the activity feed where you announce things. So if I subscribe to a channel, that's going to go in my activity. I said, Doug's has subscribed to such and such. So then you can turn that part off and then keep that part up here on. So let's do that. Let's see what that does. And then there's some stuff about ads. Let's see if I can go back to my channel. Let's go back here. My channel. Okay, let's do that 30-day review. That's an awesome idea. Let's do it that way. Let's try and get my head around it. It's a very complicated process, isn't it? In the sense of wrapping your mind around this. But we're learning something together as a group. I don't want to time you out. I want to go to your channel. Nearly clicked on the wrong button. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's see. Not now. Everyone you're sub to will show up at the bottom of your channel. Oh, you mean like down the bottom here? The bottom? On your home page? Are we talking about the home page, or are we talking about... Alright, let me see if I can follow this. Maybe I need somebody to come in and show me. Beanie draws. Now everyone you're subbed to will show up at the bottom of your channel. Okay, well I'm looking at 30-day reviews and I can't see where I can see who his subscribers are, so if that's what he's talking about, if I scroll to the bottom of his homepage, there's nothing there. Or we talk about in the channels folder. So is this what we're talking about here? In here. Yeah, so this is like when you go to channels, it basically, I can scroll through and see every channel that you're subscribed to. Like Peter McKinnon and Ron's changed the things, Andrew Can on video. And I guess they only show up in there if they've also sharing their subscriptions, is what you're saying, because there's not a lot in there. Am I getting this right? All channels, and there's settings here too, feature channels and subscriptions. So if I check it to subscriptions only, okay, it lays it out in that form. Oh, there's more people there. So that was just showing me a selection before. Whereas if I go subscriptions here, then they're all sort of laid out in like a checkerboard. Down there, I saw Beanie, I saw Roberta Blake, I saw Creator Insights, there's a whole bunch. I think I'm getting it now. So then if I go to my channel, and go to channels, I should have the same thing. Yeah, my subscriptions are shown there. So it's showing everyone that I'm subscribed to. I think there's good reasons why you don't want to show your subscribers, your subscriptions. I don't have any problem with what I've got here. But these are the people who are tech related, YouTube related, or for this channel, and then people who are like in the community that I've subscribed to as well, like Beanie and 30-day reviews and all those people. So then that's my list there. So basically, you're saying that people only show up in that list if it's sort of like a reciprocal thing. You'll show up in that list. So there's different lists. There's people who are subscribed to you, and then there's the people that you're subscribed to. So I was getting confused earlier about which list we were talking about. Don't be subscribed to dodgy channels. Which channel is that I'm subscribed to that's dodgy? Was it this one here? Hang on, get my pen. Was it this one here? Yeah, Costume CEO has a valid point. So, yeah, depending on what you use your YouTube channel for. But if you're a professional YouTuber, then you'd be pretty particular on which ones you have in your public channel sub list. Beanie says that was a general comment. Okay. Let me go back to my camera here. I've been on that website for such a long time. That went off on a tangent. I don't. I'll explore that more and see if I can understand that, because there's your subscription list. There's people who subscribe to you, people you're subscribed to. There's subscriber lists everywhere, and then you've got your recommendeds down the side, and then you've got other channels listed. Says make it open because when I go see who subbed to me and your channel is related, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll leave mine open. I don't mind. Anybody who's in my sub list is pretty solid, I think, in regards to I'm not watching anything dodgy. So I still got that open. I need to get rid of that. Anything there. I need to catch up on this chat. I hope I haven't missed anything further up. I'm not scrolling back now. It's too late. It's too late. Yeah, I got. As John says, I have multiple YouTube accounts. I got a private account for viewing, which is where I go and watch random channels that I subscribe to, and maybe watch on my Apple TV or something like that on the big TV, and then I follow people on my Doug Hewson YouTube account, the people that are all related to my niche, people in the YouTube community, people who generally I follow because I've made connection through this channel, which is why this channel is I'm following Beanie Draws through this channel, because I connect to Beanie through this channel. Then I've got my dash cam channel. I got a lot of dash cam related channels that I follow there, and then I had a gaming channel, and I would have mainly gaming stuff in there as well. So that's just how I do it, and I have multiple channels. Michael Furberger is in the house. Welcome. Beanie says I'm in incognito mode on. You can see subscriptions to subscribe to. Otherwise, everyone else sees the channels that are on your featured channels. Okay. I'll leave mine set for how it's been recommended by 30-day reviews, and then I'll see how that performs for me, and I'll just sort of observe the interaction. So here we are. How are we going? What time is it? 11:30. Hour and a half. Okay, hour and a half. I just have not been looking at the thing. Car Galaxy Studio says he's missed Brian's again. You had the bell notification off. Yeah, the bell notification is sort of a prerequisite if you want to be jumping in on the streams as soon as they start. Eccentric Cuddles is in the house. Hello, everyone. Did I miss anything? You missed an hour and a half, basically. We've just been chatting, hanging out, talking about stuff. We looked at a couple of channels thus far, and yeah. And then we've been going down a whole rabbit hole about subscriber lists. So, interesting indeed. Yeah, Brian. The reason why Brian went longer today is because he did channel reviews. Normally, he's pretty much on the hour, maybe just a bit over when he does his streams. But when he does channel reviews, he basically has to take the extra time to get through the super chats. And that's what's happened today. He had to call it at some point and said, cut the super chats off, no more super chats. And Brian, when he's looking at a channel and then something comes up, he'll go off on a tangent. He might be stuck on that channel for like 20 minutes because, a particular something has come up and he's got to talk about it, share. Well, all right, any Q&A questions? Let's throw back to the Q&A right now. If there's any Q&A questions, let's go back to the chat for that. What else do we need to do? Let's go back to the ticker view. Ticker view is important. Remember all the valid links about the channel for different things, which I can't remember what I've got down there, but there's a bunch. Social media, there's everything else. It's in the description below, including links for some recommended things like Morning Fame and TubeBuddy is down there. They're affiliate links, of course. This is not sponsored by any of those two. I've just got my affiliate links down there. So if you haven't already hooked up with those, particularly Morning Fame, which is still in the invitation-only beta, you can use that link to get in, of course. Yeah. 30 days review says YouTube needs to make Super Chat toggleable on and off for the streamer. Yeah, during the stream, yeah, definitely, because you can turn it off like before the stream and say, no, I don't want Super Chats today. But if you want to like have it like a cut-off like Brian does, it'd be good to just toggle it off. I think they're happy to receive the Super Chats as long as there's not a review involved. Michael Ferberger says, Doug, you seem like a very nice guy. Well, thank you for that. Thank you very much. And thanks for popping by and everyone being in the chat. I need to go and look at my live dashboard for a second because I need to make sure I'm all logged in and it's still working. Green. Stream health is green and elapsed time 1 hour and 36 minutes. Okay, cool. It's all doing that. All right. We'll go back into another spell of looking at channels. If you want me to look at your channel, you may throw into the chat right now the word thumbnail, as I've got written to the side here, the word thumbnail. You only need to type it once, and then you go into the list to be drawn out at random by my friend the Nightbot. And if your name comes up, we will look at your channel and I'll give you some impressions. And I'll tell you if I'm impressed or not. No, not really. I'll give you some impressions. I'll give you some thoughts that come up as I look at your artwork and layout. So yeah, if you want in on that, you can type the word thumbnail right now, and Nightbot will add you to the list. I'll leave that up as I'm talking, so that anyone else wants to jump in on that offer. I'm happy to take tech questions as we're allowing people to have the chance to jump on the Nightbot roulette game, the game of chance, but it is mostly guaranteed by the numbers of people in the chat. Okay, what do we got? Curmudgeon, that's an interesting word. Curmudgeon indeed. Okay, fantastic. Joe's got to run. We'll catch you next time. We'll see you in the Discord, I'm sure. Yeah, I can tell you. Most of my streams have been like the 2 to 3 hour mark, and you know, when you hit that 3 hour mark, you really hit the wall. I've noticed, so I don't want to keep it going too long. I will look at a couple more channels, and any questions that come up, we'll talk about those, of course. You know, it gets to the point of the stream where you start hearing these. That's when we got to go. And we're gonna car's got to go. Catch you later. Car Galaxy Studios will thank you for stopping by and moderating the live stream. We'll catch you in the next stream somewhere out there in the YouTube verse. Has anybody ever referred to it as a YouTube verse before? Eccentric Cuddle says, you'll drop the hammer on us if you're not impressed. No, I don't tend to drop the hammer on channels. Everybody's learning. But get in the draw. Eccentric Cuddles is in the draw. I don't know if anyone else is in the draw. Let me have a quick look. There's a few people here, but only one in the draw. So if I hit the roll now, I can probably guess. Probably guess who's going to come up. I'd have to look up the word curmudgeon in the dictionary because I think it's like a rascal or something. Tubeverse. Hashtag Tubeverse. Or YouTube verse, or yeah, got to come up with a hashtag. I don't know. I need a hashtag for the live stream. Maybe I'll just do Doug Hewson YT Live. That's pretty long. Need to start dropping hashtags in Instagram and Twitter for live streams. All right, I'm gonna hit the button because it's fun to see your name come up by Nightbot in the chat, and then we'll go for the hit the roll. I wonder who it could be. It's about to appear. Eccentric Cuddles, you've won the giveaway, which is the giveaway of looking at your channel. Let's jump over there right now. If you have thoughts about the channel along the way in the chat, pop them in the chat, and we'll check them out. Get my pen ready. Here we are. Eccentric Cuddles, new videos sometimes on Thursdays at 5 AM. Sometimes. And then gaming, and obviously we've got this this person here who seems to be a bit stretched out. I don't know if you're deliberately going for that stretched out look, because obviously it's a stretched out version of your profile picture here, which looks like some sort of anime character. And because I'm not familiar with anime characters, I couldn't tell you who it is, but there it is. I'm sure someone will tell me in the chat. Did I see Gord Eisman in the house? Gord, thank you. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream, I should say. All right. My first thought that comes to me when I'm looking at this channel is the word sometimes in your channel banner. I don't think you need to say the word sometimes because it puts doubt in people's minds, I think. New videos sometimes on Thursdays at 5 AM. I think you just got to commit. You either got to commit or don't put it on there at all. That's how I feel. So I would still be happy, even if you don't do it every Thursday, but Thursdays is your goal, and you're going to try and get it Thursdays. And I'd still have new video on Thursdays 5 AM. And the other thing about the 5 AM is like, well, what time zone are you in? Is it 5 AM Eastern? Is it 5 AM Pacific? Is it 5 AM in Africa? Is it 5 AM in Australia? 5 AM where? Because obviously it's 5 AM somewhere in the world every hour on the hour. As the sun goes around, it's 5 AM somewhere. Leadership with Mike. Welcome. People dropping by. It's good to see people dropping in and out and coming in, checking it out for a while, moving on with their day. It's always good. So yeah, back to the channel here. You've got 24 subscribers, so you're on the get-go. Let's have a look at your About page before we continue. But there's two thoughts from the banner right now. And sometimes in the 5 AM, the 5 AM's a pretty simple fix. It's just putting your time zone on there, like EST or wherever you are. The About page will probably tell me where you are. If I can go have a look at that right now. Let's bring that up. And you are in... Or you've got it hidden. You've got it hidden. I don't know where you are. So the About page, Eccentric Color says the About Me page is a bit out of date, by the way. Okay. Well, that's something you can make a note of to update. It doesn't say where you are, so usually it says like United States or Australia or whatever up here or somewhere in here. I upload mostly games or different types of videos that come to mind, and why I'm doing this because I love... Okay. Well, make sure you update. It's good that there's a good fill of information there, so that's a positive. It's not just, hi, check out my channel. You are trying to be descriptive about what your channel's about. Just make sure you keep that up to date in regards to what your channel's about, so when people come along or people hover over your icon and different parts of YouTube and they get those first few lines of your description showing up, make sure that that's got some irrelevant information that's going to help people decide whether they're going to come to your channel. Yeah, I would definitely, because 5 AM, because I might start looking at your channel at 5 AM my time and say, well, where's the video? It's not here. But I'm many hours ahead of you, so it's not going to show up till later. Or you could simply just say Thursdays and not commit to a time at all. Just say every Thursday. Most people are happy with that. If you put that information, new video every Thursday, and that's it. That's good information. So I'm not going to spend too much time on the I'm going to go back to the homepage just for a second. Okay, and it says you do gaming. I was just going to say, it doesn't say a lot about your gaming. Maybe you could let us know the focus of your game. Is it anime games? Is it role-playing games? Is it Minecraft? Obviously, I'm thinking it's the former, just judging by the artwork. So there's some comments in the chat here. Let's have a look. Going to get some good feedback here. If I can keep up with it. Let's see which ones I can pick out there. I think, yeah, Gord says, sometimes reminds me of why I haven't put a scheduled day commitment on my banner yet. Well, that I sort of agree, Gord, because only thing I've got on my banner at the moment is my live stream time, because that's the only thing I've nailed in. I don't have a regular upload time for my videos yet, because sometimes I can knock them out in a day. Sometimes they take me a week. Depending on just for the busyness and working full time. So I don't have a schedule for that. But for my live streams, I put my live stream schedule on there. So I've stuck with that, and that's my part of the schedule that I'm committing to and putting on my banner. So that's, don't overcommit at the same time as don't, be too vague. So yeah, let's go back to the videos now. Let's look at some thumbnails. And straight away, I can see there's no thumbnail sort of technique whatsoever in regards to branding your channel, branding who you are. I can see some games that have been played here, though. Just judging by where's my pen? Just judging by what we've got here. You've got Age of Empires 2. Something about a 404 error. That's interesting. So the imagery on the thumbnail has nothing to do with Age of Empires 2 to me. I know I'm familiar with the game. Doesn't look like it at all. Same with here. It looks like more of a Pokemon type image on that one. So yeah, the thumbnail or the image, maybe they're screenshots from your video, the ones that YouTube have recommended possibly. They don't correlate to the title to me. So what I'm thinking is that you probably haven't even gone down the route of starting to do custom thumbnails. So that's something you probably need to look at. And until you do that, it's probably hard to give a lot of advice on how to improve your thumbnails, because we don't really have anything happening there to sort of as a starting point. 30-day reviews got to go. Thanks for popping by, and thanks for the information about those subscriber lists. I learned something today too, so that's always good. Looks like Gord's going to make a video about schedule. I'll be interested in that one. I'm always happy to get some input on subjects like that. Okay, what else am I seeing? Color circle. I'm not sure what color circles is. That's probably going Super Saiyan, blue. That see. So obviously, what your channel art's based on, that particular anime. Which, that'll draw people to, if you're doing a lot of that content, they go, oh, that's such and such from Super Saiyan, let's follow that channel. But obviously you got you got Pokemon Showdown, you got regular Age of Empires, so you got WWE 13 going on as well, so that's interesting. So a lot of different games to try and get at least bring in some of the theme from each of the types of games onto the playlist, onto the thumbnail. Because at the moment these just look like you've got screenshots or something. They don't relate to me at all as to what these videos could be about. I'm not sure what Territory War is. Maybe is that Stickman game? I have no idea. So that's something I would definitely pull out. Get into custom thumbnails, because at the moment there's nothing about these thumbnails that are going to draw the click for people to say, oh yeah, I'm going to watch that. It's just a lot of question marks on the viewer. They don't know what they're looking at. So let's look at the I need to turn the pen off. Close the pen. Let's look at the playlist folder. You got some playlists going on there. Top 10 videos of 2017. Top 5 of the month of November. Top 10. I don't know if you want to group them if you're going to group them, maybe like you have here, you by game possibly. I don't have the pen. Turn it off, turn it on. like Age of Empires, obviously, all your Age of Empires games. If it's a series or it follows on one after the other, or they're just like each video is one game, maybe what if you can put them in the same playlist because they're related content. Yeah, so it looks like the I need to get rid of that. I've highlighted a bunch. There we go. Yeah, it looks like you really need to work on thumbnails. Make sure that a playlist. Sorry, I kept saying thumbnails. The playlists. Make sure the playlists have a descriptive title and at least a paragraph, a sentence to a paragraph of description, so that when you go to your homepage, let's have a look at the homepage. This is where we want to go. Let's see what you got going on down here. Uploads, which makes sense. Oh, no, I don't want that. I want pen. Thank you. Like uploads, they're showing you your recent videos. Makes sense. And then you got popular uploads. I think about customizing the name because everybody uses popular uploads, and then a short description. This one has a description, so this is good. This is a group of videos that do not have a running series for as of now. Make sure to be more enticing with the words instead of more being just being formal and fire and it's like it's to remind you or to remind the viewer that's what that playlist is about. It's nearly like a reminder to you. It's more like a filing system, which a playlist can be a filing system, but it's not pulling out the full potential of getting people to view playlists. So it's something you probably need to work on. Probably if you can, I don't know if you display this particular playlist because it's like an other playlist. Maybe you'd have it at the bottom. Definitely move up your this one, which is a set one, which is Age of Empires 2. Move that up. You've got descriptions in, which is great. So kudos on that. Maybe go back, put them in the horizontal. Maybe they're like that because you've only got 2 in the playlist. Try and do the same for these Pokemon ones. Put them in horizontal where possible. You've got 4 in each one, so there's enough videos in there to fill out a horizontal playlist. So yeah, just tweak that up a bit and make sure that you're filling out the maximum amount of playlists that you can on the homepage. But make sure it's relevant stuff that people are going to watch. There was a question here. Gord said, "What do you think of no text on most of the thumbnails?" Yeah, I think some text is necessary in most cases. Like when we looked at 30-day reviews, he had a couple of thumbnails that were really good that didn't have text because they were a close-up of the product, a really good close-up of the product with his face, and then it complemented the title of the video. But in this case, I think you need something on the thumbnail to identify that it's your channel, something on the thumbnail like 1 or 2 words, 3 words, that tells you what the thumbnail is about, and imagery that matches the video or the subject of the video. They're the 3 things I would go for on those thumbnails. I'm going to go back to the screen. So that's Eccentric Cuddles there, a gaming channel. Sparky107 is in the house. I saw you pop in before. I didn't get a chance to say hello and welcome. Eccentric Cuddle says, I do most of my thumbnails and I did try create a pattern with the mask at the top left corner. I didn't see a mask on the top left corner. Maybe it's so small that I didn't see it. Let me go back to that for a second. I need to turn the pen off. Oh, yeah, in the corner. It's very subtle. Let me zoom in there. MacBook Pro, zoom in. Zoom. There we go. Ah, this mask here. See, that was so subtle in the corner that I didn't notice. And remember, if you're looking at it on like a mobile device and stuff, the thumbnails are quite small, which is very similar to, because I'm looking at an 11-inch monitor, the thumbnails are smaller for me, so they need to be bold and standing out. So yeah, for the aspect of this mask here, this doesn't relate back to. Let's zoom back out there. Get the pen, because this is a good point. So I didn't pick up on that mask, and that mask it's a great idea actually. So maybe somehow bring that mask into your profile picture and onto your banner somehow, so that that's identifiable as you. So the branding is all uniform. So that's good. See, so there's no text on there, as Gord mentioned. I see this 404 error, but that seems to be just sitting on that monitor sort of picture there. So it doesn't really tell me anything about 404 error. It doesn't really relate to me as being something to do with Age of Empires. It's obviously something that's happened during the game. Maybe you had an issue with a web browser or something. I don't know. But yeah, and as Chokin said, that the amount of views you're getting there, so 109 views on that one, and you've only got 24 subscribers, so some of these are getting some pretty good views considering your sub count. So imagine what would happen is if you could dial in the thumbnails a little bit more. There's probably some more thoughts here. You say, I do most of my thumbnails, and I did try to create a pattern, which is that's the one we looked at before. So I see the pattern now. You point out the pattern. I see it on those last two, and that's good. Keep that up. Maybe if you can incorporate that mask into at least into your banner, so that we can know that, okay, relate it to you. Maybe you'd have to rotate it, have the same mask, but maybe not as a triangle. Maybe it's the same mask, but in a circle for your profile picture, something like that. But yeah, I like it's good. It's got good potential. So yeah, and if these are screenshots from your game or something that are related to the game, because I'm not sure what coloured circles is, so maybe that is something related there. Maybe you could have, I'd put a bit of text in there that says, so that video is called what? Loving My Sanity. Maybe this is Loving My Sanity there. You don't want to put the full title in, but maybe a portion of the title, something that will grab attention. Okay, let's have a look. I scrolled up somehow here. Red Rocket, Sparky says, I just use coloured text in my thumbnails. They are starting to all look the same. Excellent. Gord says, what are some ideas for branding for a gaming channel? Do you think personal identity branding is relevant for gamers? I think so to a certain extent, because I follow a lot of Minecraft channels, and quite often their branding is either the avatar for Minecraft, like their Minecraft character, because that's all customized in that game. Everyone has like a unique character, and quite often people might use like the close-up of the head, that's their avatar. They'll use that as their profile picture, channel logo. So and quite often for gamers, they don't do face cam, so they don't see them as their in real life face. It's their gaming face. So for Minecraft in particular, you've got that character face that they use, and that's who they become. And they quite often are playing a game under their Minecraft name or their gaming name, like Eccentric Cuddles. That's not their real name, that's their gaming name. So if they were, say, a Minecrafter, Eccentric Cuddles would be who they are and their personality in game and on their channel as well. So you'd bring that branding into definitely the profile picture, I would expect, and somewhere on their banner, and then that would be incorporated into their thumbnails, whether it's they show their whole character, like showing a in real life person's face. Doing the close up of the face, you'd either do close up of the avatar or have part of the character popping in to their thumbnail. I can see some really good ones. Let's do this as a great learning experience, a social experiment. Let me type in, these thumbnails are on point. This is a gamer. Let's go over. Mumbo Jumbo has 2.1 million subscribers. I'm going to pull up the channel now. Look at the brand. A very simple branding there. It's nothing complicated. It's got his channel colors there. His avatar, in this case, is his branding logo, which is across all his website. It's across all his videos. Let's have a look at his thumbnails. The thumbnails I'd like to show you. He's got his branding as a triangle. Let me go pen. Alright, there it is. For his thumbnails, his branding is just is like a triangle with his profile picture logo. He has those on every single. Now he pretty much exclusively does Minecraft stuff on here, so it matches this 100%. It doesn't actually have that face on his banner, but his banner is so simple that and being at 2.1 million subscribers, he doesn't need to really explain who he is. There's one thumbnail in particular I want to pull up, but I don't know where. It should be under recent. Where's his recent uploads list? Let's go into here. Oh, turn the pen off. The pen, turn off. There we go. There's one with his character in it. I saw it recently. Like this one here. Here it is. There's his Minecraft character there, which he uses in some instances. So he's basically brought in his character avatar as part of his branding as well. And obviously his whole branding is about his moustache, which is there, which is also on his channel logo. So his moustache is, and in real life, the dude doesn't even have a moustache. Like you see him in real life on his to camera videos, which he does on. He's got a separate channel that he does filming videos on. Does like professional filming. He's clean shaven. He doesn't have a moustache or anything. But in game, he's known. Mumbo is known for his avatar here with his moustache, and that's become his channel identity. So there's something with gamers. There is always something in the game or in what you do that can become your branding, apart from your actual face. Let me go back to the chat because I've been talking about this for a little while. Let's go back to here for a second on screen. A lot of shout outs going out there today. Mumbo has free shout out, doesn't need it. He's got 2.1 million subscribers. Okay, so that was Gord's question there. Some conversation there. Eccentric Cuddle says, I do avoid words in my thumbnails. I try to focus on the imagery. Yeah, and that's good. If the imagery can speak like text, then that's definitely valid. It just needs to be able to speak to somebody. And I guess if someone's into the game, they understand the imagery, then it will speak to them more. So it's all good stuff. Red Rocket Resale says, with gaming, the nickname and gaming tag might have meaning to the gamer and be associated with things like Discord that the community uses. Yeah, so the whole community is built around, like all the gamers that I follow, they don't use their real names. It's all in-game names, or particularly Minecrafters. Every Minecraft person has their Minecraft avatar and character and has a unique game name, which is like, you need that to start playing Minecraft. And they're all unique. There's nobody with the same name anywhere. Lady J Boss 2318 subscribes at some point. I didn't notice and was probably on a channel review. Welcome and thank you for subscribing. If you're in the chat, thank you. If you're not, thank you. If you're watching the replay, thank you. A lot of thank yous there. Shocker says, using imagery is fine, but it should be very easily identifiable. Yeah, definitely. There was a question about... They're actually not screenshots. I usually do them hand-drawn or on Google Drawings. Okay, so they're totally unrelated to the game. That's why I didn't sort of match up like Age of Empires. It's like, none of that imagery looks like Age of Empires to me. Ravi back here in the chat says, please review mine. Ravi, I have a thing for you here. If you want me to pull up your channel and look at it, go to, in the chat right now, type the word thumbnail in the chat right now. You'll go into the draw when I draw people for channel impressions. You got to be in it to win it, as they say. So do that right now. I'll leave that up there for people to make sure. All you have to do is type it in once and you're in the draw. And once per stream. Type it too many times, Nightbot will remove you. It's not case sensitive. If you throw in a capital there, here and there, it's okay. Just as long as it's spelt correctly, it's all good. God says he likes the avatar in the triangle. Yeah, I really like that avatar in the triangle part. So let me... God says, your channel watermark overlays a third of the picture on your screen now. I wonder if another location for your picture is better. Oh, like when I was on the channel reviews, sitting down in that left corner. That's a good point, you know. That's a very good point. I get it, the watermark, because you don't remember the watermark, because when you're streaming live, it's not on your screen. but people watching see it. So that's a valid point. Thanks for pointing that out, Gord. I will take that on board. I might move myself to the other corner. Red Rocket he says Mumbo Jumbo has one of the best communities. Yeah, he has. I think he opened a Discord like late last year and got inundated with tens of thousands of people joining at once. And it was like a bit of a free-for-all until he had to get some moderators in to tighten it up and nail it down, admin. So, yeah. When you're that big, you want to be careful when you start something like that. He has a lot of these big gamers also have their own, like particularly for Minecraft and games that have servers, they have their own server communities. So you can, excuse me, you can join them on Patreon and get access to their fan server. And so that means you can basically go on a world and play the same game as them at the same time and play with the YouTuber. And that's pretty awesome. And that's another income revenue because it's related to the Patreon. So it's like if you're a Patreon of $5 a month or more, you get access to the game server. They have different things like that. So gamers have a lot of monetization opportunities related to Patreon and providing value, which is access to the server. So yeah, so it's a good comments there. I'm trying to catch up on the comments here. Rodney's demanding the stream boss. Where's the stream boss? Okay, Ravi's typed in thumbnail in chat. Make sure to type in thumbnail in chat if you want me to pull up your channel. We'll do a few more before we finish up. We've been going 2 hours, so we're in that zone where I don't want to go too long. But while we've got questions and answers going, Gord's keeping the questions up for me for sure. There's probably questions between people on chat that I don't know. Something about cider. Costume CEO is talking about Strongbow, so preferred drinks, I think, there. Yeah, I think I've caught up. Now, Rodney did say, okay, remember, type the word thumbnail. It's your last chance to go into the draw for a channel impression. Impression. You're talking about this. Rodney, it's back. Stream Boss. The Stream Boss is there. I'll leave it up for the rest of the stream. If something happens of there, anyone that subscribes, that should take the thing down. Anybody who donates, it should take the thing down. If you're the last person to take down the Stream Boss and you become the Stream Boss, is that big enough? Should I make that bigger? I think I've got an alert sitting there, so I can't make that bigger. It's all right. Let's make sure that it's showing on all the relevant pages. There's the stream buzzer. Just because Rodney has requested it. Now the things that tick it off. Let me jump in and for some reason I don't have the stream boss on that stream. I can't add it to there right now. That's an after stream thing. Now let me go have a look at my dashboard real quick for stream boss here. So if people subscribe, it knocks down the health of the stream boss. This is like a game. It's like an OP game. Dan was doing this on his stream yesterday. So subscribing takes down a few points. Donating to the stream using the Streamlabs link, which is in the description, will take down a chunk of that as well. So you have the potential of becoming the boss of my stream. We'll leave it up between now and the end of the stream just to see what happens with that, just to test it out. So if you want the link to donate, that's down in the bottom because there's no super chat, obviously, so you can donate through Streamlabs. The link is in the description below. And if it's not, then let me know. Do I have... I don't have a thing for it. Oh, okay, I don't have a thing for it. I can't put it in the chat because I don't have a thing for it. I'll get that organised for the next stream. All right. Going to look at going to the Stream Boss page first of all. That's what I'm doing. Stream Boss page and making sure that it's all working. The current health is 980 out of 10,000. So if you subscribers take it down 100 points. Oh, I might make that. Let's double that to 200 points. Let's make it interesting. Super Chat's 400, but I don't have Super Chat. Damage per sponsor. Let's make it 500. Oh no, that's sponsor. That's not what I'm looking for. Damage per dollar per donation is 500 damage. And let me set that up and click save. There it is. How much to knock it all the way down? I haven't worked it out because I haven't did the math on it. Like Dan had his dial down to start at 1,000 health, but by default it starts at 10,000 health. $1 takes it down. It says $1 takes it down 500 points. So how many 500s are in 10,000? 220. So $20 takes down the health to 0. So there, I did the math in my head. If I'm wrong, somebody else do the math in their head to make sure I'm correct. All right, I'm going to jump to Nightbot real quick and draw another name for pulling up a channel. I think there's a couple of people in here. I think a couple of people have jumped in, so I need to keep these rolling. First person up, announcing. Stand by, it's going to be in chat. Ravi. Stand by, Ravi. We're going to pull your channel up and give you some information. Let's have a look. Jumping to the screen. Here we go. This is Ravi's channel. He's not showing his subscriber count, and he doesn't have a banner. So channel art is pretty important. So make sure that you get channel art up here and something interesting that will tell us what your channel's about. Some imagery that will be interesting and related to your channel, and some sort of color and font theme that will match up with your thumbnails. And also, I'm seeing I'm seeing your profile picture here, Ravi. Looks like it's just a picture of a screenshot or something from one of your videos or something, because it's a similar red, not quite the same red. A lot of writing that you can't read. Maybe come up with something that's a little bit more visual, interesting. If you're appearing in your videos, maybe put your face on there. And whatever you do here, make sure it matches up with your banner as well. And because I have no clue what's happening with your channel thus far, I'm going straight to your About page. And all it says is your channel is an infotainment related channel. You have no description in your About page. You need to fill that out, because when people hover over your profile picture on YouTube, it pops up the first few sentences of your About page description. So you need to describe, and you need to focus on what your channel's about, and so that people read that little blurb, they know what your channel's about, and they are inclined to go and visit your channel. So that is important to fill that out. There's not much more I can say about that until there's something on there, apart from nothing, to sort of give some guidance. But make sure that it says what your channel's about, in conversational English or whatever language your channel is in. If it's not in English, then make sure to put it in the relevant language. Okay, go to the video channel now. This will give us an idea. Okay, this gives a better idea of how many videos you got. So let me go to my pen. Some of this has got English on it, and some of this is written in another language, which I didn't notice from the About page what country it was from. But it looks either Indian or in that region of the world. Apologies if it's not, because I'm not sure. Ooh, Rodney just liked my comment on his video. It just popped up on my screen. Excuse me for a second. Now, just while I'm remembering, Gord suggested I should move this out of my watermark, so let me just stick it there next to my face for now. and I'll fix it up after the stream later. So at least I'm not getting covered up by the watermark. Thank you, Gord, for that. That was a good pickup. Okay, I'm looking at... I need to close these out of the way because they're in my way. I need my pen. Okay, pen's up. Okay, first couple of... Oh, hang on, they're not the recent ones. Okay, this font that you're using here is very thin. And you need to use like a larger or thicker font that's easier to read. Being so thin, and if you look at it on a mobile device or even on my screen there, I'm having trouble reading that. So I think it says 10 simple things that give you great pleasure. Now, the rest of the title here in the bottom is in your language, which is fine. But some of it's in English as well. Like this one's fully in English, but then the thumbnail's in another language. I don't have a lot of experience in dealing with foreign language channels outside of English as to the best way to present. Do you want to do all your descriptions and everything in your native language, or do you want to do them in English? I think if your channel's flagged as a particular language channel, you should stick with that particular language. So decide whether you're doing an English channel and doing everything in English with... You might be doing it in English and maybe just add subtitles, or you might do it vice versa, where you're doing everything in your language and maybe do English subtitles. So in that case, yeah, don't cross. My thought is don't cross. Even though it's probably helpful, you're trying to draw two different sets of audiences, your native language audience and your English audience. I think it sort of pollutes everything across the board. For both audiences by having everything mixed up like that, having a bit of English, having a bit of the other language. So it might be something to consider. Just decide on, is it an English channel or is it your native language channel, and just go with it. And if need be, do one channel in English and one channel in your native language. That could be a way to go. Chokin says, I find two languages is confusing. People only speak English are less likely to click. Or maybe that's just me. Well, yeah, that's sort of what I was alluding to as well, as sort of in that vein, for sure. So I like that you've got the same theme in regards to the colour. Let me just get rid of that. Top gold producing countries. So this is like a top 10 list or top list. This is like a list type channel, is what I'm gathering from just looking at the thumbnails. So yeah, I don't know at this point. So there's some items here, and then all of a sudden we get to thumbnails that are just pictures. Obviously, they're older videos, so I understand why they might not be proper thumbnails. As we go down, then there's more again. So it's a bit inconsistent in the thumbnails, being because there's no consistency in the thumbnails overall. Although there is the red and white theme, which it's valid. It's a valid theme. Even the thing I learnt is solid colours too. Solid red. Maybe you can have an image behind it and just go semi-transparent to give it a bit of depth or a bit of texture as well. So yeah, I'm going to jump over the playlist real quick. I don't spend too much more time on this one because there's not much more I can sort of be helpful with, and there's no playlist. So obviously from the get-go, videos need to be sorted in the playlists and then promoted on your homepage, brought to the front of your homepage. There's no playlist listed there. And make sure all playlists are listed in that same horizontal format as the uploads folder. So yeah, create playlists sorted logically by themes or by topics that make sense to people, and then putting those on the home screen. Make sure you put descriptions on every playlist as well, and an interesting descriptive title. And that's about all I can say for Ravi at the moment. I'm going to, excuse me, jump back to that page. I know there's a few more in the Nightbot, so I'm going to jump back. So Ravi, that's all I can help you with at the moment, just based on the state of your channel currently. I've seen no feedback from Ravi since we pulled him up. So if there's some people dropping some other feedback in the chat for you as well. So take that all on board and see what changes you can make to push you in the right direction. Yeah, putting more info on the channel banner for sure. There was like 0 channel banner, so there was 0 information effectively. That's correct. If there was a banner, I didn't see it. If there was a banner, I do apologise. I didn't see a banner. It was just not displaying at all. What else have I missed in the chat? I think I've got most of the things. There was a question asking Ravi what language it was. It does look Hindi or Indian, or in that region maybe it's up Bangladesh, Pakistan, Southeast Asia somewhere. But yeah, I couldn't pinpoint it because the About page didn't tell me the country of origin either. It was all hidden and mysterious, like the sub count. Okay, I'm going to draw another one because I know there's a couple more in here. And as you can see in the chat, Gord has won the click of the channel review. And I'm going to pull that up right now because I want to get into these. Look at Gord's banner. That's super clean. That's lovely. Hey, Gord, did you do that yourself, or did you get someone to do that, or did Nick do that for you? I know it does look very professional, and I'm guessing that you might have even had Nick do it or somebody. So let me get rid of that out there, so we can see. Look at this branding. There's Gord's profile picture, which become his. It's like his initials in graphical form, and which is carried over onto the banner as well. And then of course the branding is the face. Beautiful. I'm looking Nick Nimmin. Yeah, I got the Nick Nimmin vibe from it. I'm like, it's not in the style, but just the professional artwork, the professionalism of it. So that's awesome. I love it. The diagonals. I like the diagonals too. There it is. Channel name, Gord Eisman. Learn, apply, transform. And before I look at the homepage, I always go back to look at the homepage, but I'm going to look at that last like I normally do. About page. Let's look at that. Not everybody looks at the about page when they do these, but I like to do it. Gord Eisman shares tips for video creators on video editing, video marketing, social video, and YouTube. If you're a YouTuber, business owner, or hobbyist who's interested in making videos for YouTube or business, make sure you subscribe for helpful training videos. Now, this is what a about page description should read like. It's nicely spaced. It's easy to read, easy to follow. First paragraph tells you exactly what the channel's about. Knocking it out of the park for the about page, in my opinion. Like, if there's any doubt what Gord's channel is about, then it should be very clear right now. Let's go to the videos. Now, I'm expecting these thumbnails to be pretty top-notch. I know what they look like. Guess you can see I've played a lot of these live streams and stuff already. There's a lot of videos here that I've played. That's not what I want. I want the pen. Here we go. So yeah, the branding is Gord. Look at these live stream ones. We've always got Gord on the left here, and then if he's got a guest, he's got the guest on the right. I like the inclusion of the little microphone with the name on it. That's pretty cool. That's a nice feature. I like that. And I've been enjoying most of these as well. So I've been on enjoying like this most recent one here, YouTube plus OBS plus Zoom. I really love that live stream. That was pretty cool. A lot of information there that's going to be helping me in the future, particularly with the Zoom part of things. So yeah, big shout out for that video. There's a lot of good live streams here. Look, Brian G. Johnson, Nick Nemman, boom. A lot of information there. Live stream, particularly information. And of course, Gord's known for his Camtasia tutorials, which are pretty cool. Which, because I don't have Camtasia, I don't tend to watch those as much myself. You can see I haven't watched those much, but all the live streams I'm sort of into. More live streams down here. And as you go, as you go, you can see the evolution of the thumbnail from the different. I see you got, yeah, you started off with different background colors for different themes. Camtasia had the blue, and then there's some other ones that have the mauve or pink or purple background. I don't know what color that is. You could call it many colors. But you can see on all of them, you got the branding here. Earlier it's a triangle with the logo, but now it's been more subtle up here with the logo in the corner as we go back up. Different variations on that, but basically you've got the branding in the corner, very subtle. It doesn't need to overpower because your face is on it, so that's pretty awesome. This is like a textbook. Yeah, Michael Daniels was great. I couldn't remember what his name was for a second there, but yeah, no, it was really good. I really enjoyed that live stream. It's pretty awesome. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything in chat here. Like Costume CEO says, I like how the logo is aligned with the angles in the banner. Hey, yes, that's a good point. I didn't pick that up, but yeah, because that's obviously a set. It's probably like a 45-degree angle, so it's been like rotated to a very specific. So that's pretty cool. Hey, Miss Frizzle is in the house. Welcome, Miss Frizzle. Cars are just liberated trains. There's a thought for the day. That's probably my cue to finish up soon. That's the point for the day. Okay, let's have a look quickly at... I need to get rid of this pen for a second. So turning the pen on and off all the time, it's just the interesting part. Now this will be a textbook again. Look at these playlists from Gord. A whole bunch of them on different topics. Advice for YouTube content creators, Camtasia audio, teleprompter tips, Camtasia tips, which is very filled out with 24 videos, Camtasia text effects. So there's like video, there's like playlists and then playlists within playlists in the sense that this is Camtasia. This is a very specific area of Camtasia. So that's a technique as well. Is you can have series within series. You can have like an overall theme or software topic, but then you could do a deep dive into like this one is like motion graphics or audio editing. So like thumbnail playlist within playlist. I keep calling playlist thumbnails. I actually don't want that. And finally the homepage, which is where it all ties together. The thumbnails, the videos, the playlists. And I think we're going to see some good stuff here if I can scroll. Excellent descriptions for the playlists. Playlists are titled very good. They're not too wordy, but they're very focused or succinct, I guess you could say. Social media video. So each of these playlists are laid out horizontally to get maximum exposure to the different thumbnails that appear in the playlist. And then finally finishing up with the uploads, which is at the bottom. In this case, Gord's subscribe to the Brian G. Johnson method, which is to keep them at the bottom, or is it Nick Nimmin? I get them confused. One likes them up the top, one likes them at the bottom. Don't have it at the top, and then do have it at the top. One or the other. But that's fine. I think it's Brian likes them at the bottom. But anyway, it's something like that. So yeah, so there's some good stuff there from Gordon. I'm going to come back to the camera for a second because we're here. I haven't checked the stream boss. What's the status of the stream boss? I can't read. It's too small on my screen. I need to make this graphic bigger. Just for today, let's do this. Drag it out. It's going to look a bit grainy, but I want to be able to read it. So let's just drag it out like that. There we go. Live adjustments to OBS. They're at 980 of 10,000 HP. I am still the stream boss. Costume CEO is asking Gord if he has any series playlists. That's a good question. Very hard to identify unless you're like in the back end, just to identify which playlists are like series playlists and stuff like that. But that's a good question. some good feedback on software being used, talking about Photo P and Photo Pro Key 7 Pro, and Photoshop. Am I up to date? So yeah, that was some solid stuff there. Now, because I need to jump back to Nightbot and see if I've got anybody left. There's one left, so we might as well knock this out of the park. And no more magic words of the day in the chat. But last but not least, we're going to quickly pull up the one and final channel for the day. This will be the last one for the day. Nightbot has announced it's Sparky 107. Now, I've done Sparky before, so I'm just going to go have a quick... You didn't enter. Oh, for somehow your name got on the list. It's been kind to you. We won't do a review. We'll just give you a free plug. How's that? Free plug. If you're into model trains, Sparky 107 is a good place to go and subscribe. I don't know why I wasn't subscribed already. So yeah, Sparky has everything model trains, and interesting because I remember I looked at those t-shirt videos of yours as well. So I already given Sparky feedback before, so we're not going to go through that. He's still working on implementing some of that stuff, but he's got videos. Most recent video is 2 days ago, so he is an active uploader. So anything to do with model trains, he's your man. So we'll turn it into a quick plug. Yeah, for some reason Nightbot had flagged your name as being in the draw. So yeah, because we're getting towards the end of the screen, we're closing off any more channels for the day. So if you missed out or if you came in late, then maybe next time, nearly 99 times out of 100 on the stream, we'll look at least a few. And don't forget that at the moment now we always have some sort of way or interesting way to sign up for the reviews, so make sure you check in each stream to see what the method is. It's usually of late we've been running with the Nightbot roulette, and it's very simple to enter, and it seems that it even enters people who didn't actually enter. So everybody gets a fair go. We pull them up, and at the moment with the view counts and the amount of people in the stream at the same time, we tend to be able to pull most people up. So make sure that if you've missed out, you come in late, like it has been late, because it's we're 2.5 hours into the stream. Then we're starting to close things up. Last few questions. If you have a question, throw it in the chat right now. We're going to rapid fire a couple of answers if we can as we finish up the stream. And now that I've said that, people are probably going to drop away, but if you've got a question, throw it in there right now. I'm going to maybe pull up a different stream. Don't forget all my socials. It's Doug Hewson YT at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. They're the main 3 socials that I participate in. Also, trying to now. Who was I speaking to? Was it Costume CO? Was it Red Rocket Resells? Somebody I was speaking to the other day in Discord about Anchor. Or somewhere I was speaking. Was it Facebook? I don't know. I was speaking to someone about Anchor. Anchor is a podcasting app for your mobile phones, where you can basically record a podcast and have it upload to Anchor for people to listen to on the Anchor platform. As addition to that, if you actually make it a proper, you can stitch together a number of segments and upload it as a legitimate podcast and it automatically is uploaded to like iTunes, Google Play Store, and other podcast platforms, which is pretty nifty. So I have one of those, and I am going to make an effort to go and start doing podcasts in that sense. And most of the stuff I do is pretty short. I think last time I uploaded one of my news update videos and added some information at the beginning and the end, and turned it into a mini podcast. But I want to, particularly if we start doing guests on the live stream, then I might use those interview parts as podcasts as well. So if you're interested in podcasts, then I think my Anchor link is in the description below at the moment. Go via Anchor, but you can find me on in the iTunes, Google Play Store, and I think there's a couple of other platforms as well. So if you search Doug Hewson YT or Doug Hewson YouTube or Doug Hewson YT, you'll find those. So I thought I'd mention that. I don't normally mention podcasts and Anchor, but I thought I'd mention those today whilst we're shooting through the socials there. Now, did I miss anything in the chat while I was waffling about my Anchor? Okay, there was some questions about being what's it like on Mars. Well, I haven't gone to Mars yet, so I don't know. Yeah, Gord says we're on planet Doug. That's pretty appropriate because I am sitting in my living room on my set, and it is where I live, so it's my planet. Scrolling through, if there's any. Beanie says he's got 100 subs in a day. Well done. I don't know if that's good or bad for your size channel, but I'd take that any day. Yes, Gordy's from Canada, and so is Costume CO, and Car Galaxy Studios is as well, I believe. Planet Frizzle challenges Planet Doug. Well, Planet Frizzle is going to lose out, I think. Gord says, I'm thinking of getting into the podcast thing because I'm really enjoying doing the lives, or maybe even Anchor. Yeah, for in the past, I've used Anchor more off the cuff, like Roberto Blake and Tim Schmeier used to do last year, but they sort of stopped doing it, where they get on and maybe just record some short segments and then have call-ins and then respond to the call-ins, which are pretty cool. I've tried call-ins, but nobody's ever responded to me on a call-in. So if you're ever on Anchor and I'm on there and I do a shout-out, you can always call in to my Anchor station and ask questions. I think a good Q&A would be good on Anchor too, using the call-ins. Sparky says, lives are great. Do one once a week. Love the interaction. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's all about the community. It's all about the interaction. Eccentric Cuddle says, working on my channel, do you know some YouTubers or anyone that focus on imagery in their thumbnails? That's a good question. Nick Nimmin does talk about a lot about channel authority in regards to design, so Nick Nimmin's always good for thumbnail related stuff. If there's any other recommendations from people, throw that in the chat right now for Eccentric Cuddles. Suggestions on who focuses on imagery in their thumbnails, even if it's like people with good examples of thumbnails with imagery. Mention that in the chat right now for Eccentric Cuddles before we close out the chat today. And if you have any suggestions on topics we can discuss in future live streams, or even ideas for segments that would be good to do as a segment, make sure to shoot me a message either on YouTube or via one of the... I'm pointing the wrong way. Or one of the social medias over here. It's always the opposite. Yeah, shoot me a message on one of those social medias or through YouTube, and I'll take those on board. Or if you're on Nick's Discord server, you can get a hold of me there, of course, because I'm sort of floating around during my waking hours. Usually have it on standby. I have it closed at the moment, but I'll be back in there a little bit later. So there's a lot of good information, a lot of good community, people helping community, other people in the community there, a lot of interaction today, people helping each other with questions and answers. Because, you know, it's not all about me knowing the answers, it's about you knowing the answers and helping each other. So there's some more pointing. All right, let's wrap it up now. And the best way to wrap it up is to go to my end screen and play out with a bit of sound effect and maybe turn the music back up. And thank you for watching today. This has been Doug from Doug Hewson YouTube. And it's been great to hang out with everyone today. And we'll see you next weekend for more interesting stuff. We'll talk about tech. Bring your tech questions. Be ready with your tech questions, because that'll be great to hit more of those next week. And we'll check out a few more channels. This is Doug from Doug Hewson YouTube. And I'm out.
And his name is John C.